Hi, let's do another example of the try catch finally. We're going to use this and then we're going to have a finally block down here, which in the end is going to tell us the result is. So let's just do a simple try catch finally example. And in this one, what we want to do is we want to prompt the user to enter a number. So I want to put all that code inside here, inside the try block. Before I do that, let me remove some of this that we know we are not going to experience. Type error, eval, all of this. I don't think we're going to experience this. Let me just remove the eval. So I've removed those two. And here we want to prompt the user. So right now, if I run this, it just gives us an error, reference error, which is this one, reference error. What we want to do is we want to prompt the user to enter a value. So let's say var my num. So this is the number that the user will enter. Var my num is equals to, we want to prompt the user so that they input that number. So prompt, let's show them this message, enter a number. And this entire thing, I want it to be converted to a number. So you know, in JavaScript we don't have data types like integer, whereby in other programming, strongly typed programming languages, you can declare something as an integer and it won't allow anything else to be entered into that particular field. So if I can use the number function. So if I say number and then I paste in all of that in there, this will convert whatever we put in there into a number. So if it is not a number, it will tell us that it is not a number. And you remember something like n, you remember that? Yeah. So once we get the number from the user, we want to use this number. So let's declare another variable, var result, my result is equals, we want to store this, we want to store the value that we get from our function, this function, we want to store it into a variable. So the power of the number that they enter, so this will ask them to input a number, then we'll use that number to get its power. And then we're going to store the value of this in a variable. And the reason we are storing this in a variable is because we want to use this in the finally block. So if I come down here to finally, into the finally, I want to do something that we've already learned, which is called template. You remember the template strings? So I'm going to use that. Alert, I'm going to alert the number that we put in plus its result. So if I alert, and with template strings we use the backticks. So we'll say my number is, and then we'll use the curly braces, $, curly braces, the $, curly braces, and the variable my num. So that will put the value of my num in there, and the power is, or rather the square of that number that you put in is, then we're going to do a similar thing there, my result. So this will prompt the user to input a number, then we're going to get the power of the number, we put the result there, then my number is my num and the square is my result. So if I run this, my num, if I run this, you'll see it tells us enter a number. If I enter 12, then I say okay, it will give us the result of that, and then it will tell us my number is 12 and the square is undefined. So the reason why when I run this, when I run it, it gives us a value first is because we did an alert here. So if I remove the alert and I run this once again, it should only give us this final alert as our final answer. So if this is 11, enter a number, we enter 11, then we say okay. You see it will tell us my number is 11 and the square is 121. So since we remove the alert, it will not alert the value of the power here. So that's it. Let's see if we have an error like we enter. Can we enter this? This is just going to give us not a number. So not a number, not a number. Anyway, this is just an example of how you can use the finally. So you can see here, at least it will still give you a value in the end when you have the finally. You see, in the last case, I entered an alphabet, which is not a number, and it turned that into a number, NaN, which is a form of a number but is not a number. So that is why at least it gave us a result, and even if that is not a good result, it is better than having the program just crash without handling that particular error. So I'll see you in the next video where we're going to look at throw, how you can throw an error, you can throw and raise an error. So I'll see you in that next video.